back to the Call to Action podcast. I'm James.
Matt. Hi.
And I'm Danny.
Yes. Sorry we haven't put out an actual proper episode in a while. We will look forward to an announcement on that hopefully soon. We'll try and get that worked out. But until then, today we have another top 5 last 5. For those of you who missed the last episode, basically we're going to give the last 5 movies that we watched and just throw them in a list from worst to best. Hopefully, this month we have better picks. Looking directly at you, Nat.
Yeah, they get it much worse. So
yeah. Before we jump into it, preview you guys' list a bit. What can we expect?
my list is movies that's out in the theater, so they're all 2018 movies.
A lot of indies. You're gonna see a lot of indies and some spooky movies.
Yeah. My
October.
first movie is very spooky. It also came out from this year. It is by far one of the worst movies I've seen this year, if not ever. Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Oh.
I'm really disappointed to talk about this more because I fucking hate it with every fiber of my being, but it is my number 5 for this month. I saw it last week. I had to fight to not turn it off. I just fucking despise this piece of shit movie. Warning, I am a major fan of the original show and a very avid hater of the new show, so I am a little bit biased. But that can't hide from the fact that the movie fucking sucks.
Okay, yeah. So I'm also a fan of the original show. I haven't seen a new one, but I understand that I'm not the target demographic for it. It's not for me. But from what I hear, it's once you understand that it's not the original and that it's taking it in a different direction, then you might like it more. But I haven't seen any episodes. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't comment on that too much.
It's like my defense is I don't think content should be dumbed down for children. And this is like if you took a 3-year-old and lobotomized them, that's the level of humor you're getting.
Yeah, that's fair.
They have an episode of the TV show where it's entirely just them saying waffles. That is not a joke.
That actually
just waffles on repeats.
Yeah, I like the one when they did the TV episode when they're breaking the fourth wall. I'm a little less hater of the Teen Titans Go. I mean, of course, I love the original, but I get it's supposed to be more of a parody. And what I could appreciate about the Go to the Movies is that there are kind of some like hidden deep cuts of other parts of the DC universe. Like if you saw like little mini Easter eggs, you would see like posters of different deep cuts or like unknown kind of like properties and stuff. So like it's like that Lego Batman to like the lowest degree, but
I love Lego Batman to that hit that hurts. That really
love
hurts.
Lego Batman. I love Lego Batman too, but what I'm saying is more like that they had like all these little references and stuff that if you're a DC fan that they just throw in, and like it's meant to be a kids movie. So, but I mean, from going from that brilliant TV series to rebooting it for no apparent reason, I understand the hatred for it. But
like, if you want to read
the after credit scene gave me some hope until I discovered.
Oh my god! I fucking hate the after credit scene so much.
They gave me so much hope, and then they just ripped my heart.
But no, that's the thing. They want to give you hope, because like literally the day the movie came out. So spoilers, but I don't give a shit because you need to know this. The end credit scene is basically the original Teen Titans saying, like, "Hey, look, we found someone. Maybe they can help us." The studio is holding the audience hostage, saying, "If you want to watch the original Teen Titans, the good ones, you need to support this piece of shit bastardization of not even the TV show, the original source material of the comics."
Yeah, and it was just announced that they're going to do the crossover between the original Teen Titans and the Teen Titans Go. So that's not what we really expected and what we really wanted, but
someone just wait. I forgot how he formatted this. It was just someone else taking number 5, please. Just one of you.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, so let me preface this by saying that I tried to go the opposite direction I did last time, where I had 5 bad movies, or at least critically panned movies that I sort of liked. But
Fucking one.
so I try to have 5 good movies, but one dud snuck in there, and this movie was a piece of shit called Hunter Killer, starring Gerald.
No, but
So-
Jared Butler.
I mean, it's a submarine movie.
Traitor, man. Full on traitor.
It's just really bad. It's not. It wasn't fun at all. There were a couple of fist bump moments throughout the entire movie, but they couldn't save this piece of shit. It was terrible. It was so boring, and I regret seeing it.
I don't think any of us are gonna see it because it's like you said. It is just. It was going to be a piece of shit. It's not a surprise, but it still hurts.
It was really bad. I don't know what else to say except that.
Yeah.
So.
From the passionate to the dispassionate, Danny, what do you have for number 5?
I have, like I said, I have some spooky movies and some indie movies. So my number 5 is actually Halloween 2018.
Oh, okay, this will be fun then.
Yes.
I only just
and I must
saw
preface to you guys that I'm not really a huge horror fan, but I haven't seen all the Halloween movies and stuff. But I did wind up enjoying this movie more than I expected it to. But there was a couple of issues and twists that were kind of stupid and lame. So in terms of sequels, I still would put either Halloween 2 or H2O as my favorite sequel to Halloween. But I think it was a pretty good continuation. I liked what they did with Laurie. I bought into that. There are just a couple of twists, and I don't know how much you want me to spoil it, but there were a lot of like rehashes from the first movie that people kind of saw, and it was kind of laughable more than anything. But I will say there was one part, there was this little black kid, and he stole the entire movie. So I mean, if you want to see a fun horror movie that for a while there's been like up and down of horror films, it's still a good movie. I would recommend anyone to just go see it.
Yeah, this one just missed out on my list because I did see it recently, but so I'm glad I get to talk about it because I really like this. I've only seen 3 Halloween movies in my life. I saw the original 1978 version the day before I saw this movie. It was fresh in my mind. And I saw the Rob Zombie remake, and I think this is the best one. I think it's better than both of them. I like that it pays tribute to the in your head.
How the fuck is Halloween Water better than the new one? How fucking bad do you have to be worse than the one where water is the fucking subtitle?
I like H2O. I don't care.
How?
That was a decent sequel.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway, this one is I haven't seen H2O, but I bet it's better. Because this one's my favorite by far. I like that it pays tribute to the original without overdoing it.
The new one is your favorites?
Yeah, the 2018 one just came out. It's my favorite because the first one is. I understand it's a classic, but it hasn't aged well, and it's fresh in my mind because I saw it just before I saw this movie. What?
I'm gonna hijack you really quick because I will tell you the original is on my list. Okay. So we're gonna have some fun before we dive too into. I think we can do the new one and the old one pretty well simultaneously. Yeah. I will say though, I have heard the ending of the new one and it's a little bullshit.
Other than that, it's Halloween 4.
Yeah. Okay. From the real horror to the existentialist horror of realizing that none of us will find true love, my number 4 is Notting Hill because a cute girl asked me to watch it and now my heart is broken. I have not seen a lot of Hugh Grant. I think the only thing of his I've seen is Paddington 2. and just pressing. He is so fucking hot. Like I was born in the wrong time period because '90s Hugh Grant is like peak man, right behind Tom Hardy and Hugh Jackman. It's I think the best way I can describe it is it's sort of like an escapist fantasy for men as well, of just the idea of just you're meeting one of the most gorgeous women on earth who is super famous and rich, and she's just like, oh, I like your common pleasantness or peasantry, and then just fucking like they make out, they get married, and in the end, and the end. Just, I have a very severe soft spot for very good romances, and this killed me.
I actually love Notting Hill, so I'm glad you got the chance to watch it.
I don't remember. I think I had a couple issues, but I don't remember them other than just the roommate being really annoying. All I did like the bit where like the press showed up to his house and he's just like, "They're here for me." Huh? Wait, shit, underwear. Huh? But oh God. I could talk about Hugh Grant's perfect hair, inspiration obvious, for hours, and his accent, and I swear I'm straight, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never seen Love Actually?
I tried watching it, and it's really shitty. So I got like half an hour in, and I stopped because I was bored out of my fucking mind.
I know a lot of people have mixed opinions of it, but
I've heard nothing but really high.
I know it's a little. I know some of it is kind of weird and creepy. Rick Grimes.
Well, no, the only weird part was like flirting on a porn set, just like, oh, how was your ride here? Hold on to her tits. Okay. So the L train, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like, here's a bunch of people, and it's all set up. I think it was just written weird. Like it's hard to pull off that kind of story.
Yeah, it's like all those Valentine's Day movies and all those New Year's Eve movies, but it's a little bit of a step above those. But
yeah,
it's a fun little Christmas movie, holiday movie, but nothing special.
Yeah. Because I normally spend Christmas with my aunts, and because most of my family is women, instead of watching Christmas Story or even Die Hard or Gremlins, they watch Love Actually for Christmas, and I still haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Every Christmas, I'm just like in the back room watching like I think like a couple years ago. Instead of that, I was watching like Tootsie, which far better movie. I fucking love Tootsie, but Love Actually is just like.
I haven't seen any of these movies, but I will say that Hugh Grant is a very handsome man.
He is hot as shit. So Nat, what is your inferior number 4?
Sure, I don't know about that. I forgot what number 4 was. Oh, The Oath, starring Ike Barinholtz and Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I really liked it a lot. I got mixed reviews, but the performances were awesome. Ike Barinholtz, I think this is the best I've ever seen him. I haven't seen him that much, and Tiffany Haddish plays more than she normally does, and I really like it. And this movie gets really fucking intense. Like you wouldn't expect it, and I understand the criticisms of it. Like the story isn't maybe the best, and it feels like an excuse for Ike Barinholtz to just tell everyone how woke he is. But it gets super political, and it's a satire, and I think it's done really well. And yeah, I recommend this movie.
But do you know why it got mixed reviews?
Yeah, like I said, the plot leaves you wanting more, I guess.
So we can get a sequel.
What?
So we can get a sequel.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know how well a sequel would work with this type of movie, but I'll watch it. And I think John Cho was great in this. He's been great all year, as you know.
John Cho. In the just outside of the top 10 best movies of the year.
You're insane, but okay. There was another person. I forgot his name. Billy Magnuson. He was in this.
Billy Madison?
Huh?
Billy Madison of Adam Sandler fame?
No, not him. Billy Magnuson.
Oh, he's a
He was in Woods, and he was in Game Night, so you might know him from that. He was the best by far in this entire movie.
Was he the dumb frat boy in Game Night?
I think he was one of their friends. He was the white.
The one. I think they had like the money scene where it's just like, here you go, 24 cents or some shit.
I think that's him. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember Game Night that well, actually.
I really need to rewatch Game Night. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Danny, what's your number 4?
Yep, my number 4 is You Were Never Really Here.
I haven't seen this yet. Oh shit.
So good.
I loved this movie up until like the ending part. There was parts that I wanted more of it, but as it was unraveling and the mystery and stuff, it was a really dark film. There were some flashbacks into what happened to him as a child, but they didn't really go into that. So it was a lot of stuff you kind of had to like piece together and left a lot of like questions and stuff. But I'm such a huge fan of the director. She did We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Yeah, fuck, that's great.
And so like, you know, these films are really tough and important stuff to talk about, but they are not really fun, entertaining movies. But I thought that Joaquin, he's phenomenal. I thought that was one of his best performances. I can buy him into being like that menacing Joker now. And the little girl that she didn't really have much to say, but there's a little. I thought that she did pretty well as well.
Yeah, she did a phenomenal job.
Do you know where it ranked in your year list?
Who?
Danny.
It's I think it's like around 12 or 13.
Yeah.
It's ranked 32 for me.
Right at 13?
32.
30. What?
I didn't vibe with it as much, but it's a beautifully made movie, and it's just really, it's objectively really good. And yeah, it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Dark
I shouldn't judge you guys. Gonna like be really fucking surprised at my one of my picks. Because we're talking about earlier, my number 3 is Halloween, the 1978 version. I've actually seen it twice in the past month. If that like validates how good it is, because I have to admit, like I had this deep discussion with a friend of mine, is that it's more of a director's movie than anything else, because none of the acting is like superb. The story isn't, at least in retrospect, is not super original, and even the set design sometimes can be very minimalist. But John Carpenter is like, if I keep going through his filmography, he might be one of my favorite directors, because this is a fucking stunning job of what he did. And the creation of Michael Myers, just these unstoppable, like, embodiment of evil, is like a fascinating idea that he went with.
Mm-hmm. The whole backstory of how he became Michael.
Yeah.
Just because he wanted to kill, basically.
Yeah.
And there was no really.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Myers is one of my favorite slashers of all time. He's just completely pure evil. Like there's no motivation except he likes to kill people. I think that's pretty cool.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this movie, I feel like for me it hasn't aged well, but only because we've seen these tropes so many times. But I understand that it's like one of the originators, it inspired these tropes, so I can't hold that against it. But I think the acting was really bad, and it just doesn't hold up for me.
It wasn't that bad.
I thought it was pretty bad.
Uh-huh.
No, it's okay. It's
I think it's one of.
Because when you say really
I'm
bad,
gonna say
I
it's
think
still
student
one of my
films,
favorite horror.
and I know it's how bad student films can be. I was fucking in one. These are not that bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not the worst, but it's pretty bad.
It's like middle ground. Like they're like just below background actors.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I think what really saves the movie is John Carpenter's directing, because without a doubt he took the idea and ran with it. I'd say like even the biggest part of it is the cinematography. I feel like every shot was very purposeful, and like he like basically there's a quote I remember from Akira Kurosawa where basically only thing that matters is in the frame, because there could be a bunch of shit going on like right outside where the camera is.
Yeah.
But all that matters is what you see, and he uses the space perfectly.
I agree.
Okay, how the fuck is this worse than the new one, Matt?
New one is really
That's
fucking
what
good.
I want to know.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
This is one of the like milestone of horror. Like I said, I'm not a horror fan.
How important it is
To me,
film.
Halloween 70 is probably one of the best horror films.
Yeah, I understand how important it is, but being important doesn't make it better. Like the new one learned some stuff from all the failed sequels and everything, and just made it better. That's what I think. And
I just hated that they retconned everything.
I hate the fact that they're like their brother and sister, because like I know that's like
No,
from
they
Halloween
got-
too, but I think it's a bullshit idea.
Yeah, they got
honestly.
rid of that.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
they didn't. I thought that was. I
Yeah.
thought they kept that.
no spoilers. You're not brother and sister. The new
Oh,
one.
Not in
good.
not
That
in the
was,
new
like,
one.
That's so
It's all
fucking
gone.
stupid.
I'm just saying, like I said, they retcon. It's basically a direct sequel of the 78 movie. So
Yeah.
all those 11 Halloween movies are nothing. They just say like, oh, those are just rumors and stuff.
This
Like they
is
just
Halloween.
toss it off to the side. For the new
This is
one. So
1978, and Michael gets locked up. 40 years pass, and this is where the movie takes place.
Hmm.
This is 40 years after that.
I think it'd be fun to have like a full-on debate with you. The more if I actually watch the new one, that won't happen for a while. Until then, how we get your number 3?
Okay. My number 3. I really like this movie a lot. Mid 90s.
I'm gonna see it this weekend.
I want
It's
I
really,
want to see it too.
like, I mean,
I want to hear the hip hop soundtrack.
Ooh.
soundtrack is really good, but part of me likes the idea of this movie more than the actual movie itself. But I just really dug it. Like, it's not a perfect movie, but I would definitely watch it again. This is a kid actor. I forgot his name. Sonny Siljic, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is-
He was in the Killing of the Sacred Deer.
Yeah, he was also in The House with a Clock in His Wall.
House, yeah.
The House with the Cock in its walls.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk.
Yes.
We talked about that last time, but it's everyone in this fucking movie is so good, and it just really makes me nostalgic for a time and a place that I wasn't really a part of, if that makes sense. But I really like the style of this movie. It kind of like, I feel like it doesn't know what it wants to be, and it kind of changes throughout the film a little bit. So I had a little bit of problem with that. It goes from like he wants to be a part of this group of skaters, and then suddenly it turns into a cautionary tale where he's doing drugs and alcohol, and it hits his themes really well. It's about like brotherhood and what these people would do for each other, even though they're really bad for each other. They're still there for you. And yeah, you can take a lot from this movie. I thought there's just so many themes that I can talk about, but that's gonna take all day. It's really good. I recommend it a lot.
Just because I know, at least in my circles, and it's been in the discussion for a little bit of Oscar stuff. In terms of the script, what do you think is better, this or 8th Grade?
8th grade, easily. The script in mid 90s isn't that great, honestly.
So it's more of like the acting and directing then?
Yeah. I really like the directing in this movie. I really like the whole tone and everything. But I think Aviator is just a better film.
Mhm. Right.
Mhm.
Danny, what's your number 3? Okay.
Oh no, I just want to make a comment about mid '90s. Like I think like I would kind of like relate to that because I was like that skater kid back in the '90s.
Oh, really?
I wasn't good or anything, but like with the hip hop soundtrack and all that, and just like all the random kind of like kids, you kind of were like the misfits and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
those people kind of became your family.
Yeah,
So
they touched on that really well in that movie, where like they don't belong with the rest of society or whatever, but they have each other, and I think that's really cool. And also, there's
yeah,
a movie where he doesn't know how to skateboard yet, so he keeps trying, he keeps falling. That kind of reminds me of myself, where I tried to skateboard and I fell once and I gave up. So, yeah, that's it.
okay.
Go ahead.
So my number 3 is Hearts Beat Loud, another little indie film.
Oh, with Nick Offerman.
Yes, this is my number 10 now, I think, of the year. Shout out to Philly's little college radio, WXPN. There's a little cameo of the World Cafe over there. I listened to that in the radio. It's like a college radio station. So they had a little clip there. That was awesome. Basically, the premise of the story initially is about this father and daughter. She's getting ready to go off to college, and he is he wants to try to like connect with his daughter like through like a loss that they've had. I don't want to give too much away, but it's a simple film.
Basically, guess what it is.
But I loved,
Yeah.
but I love those kind of films. To me, it just like I said, it's a lot of it more like a personal thing that's like connection with any kind of music and like the indie scene and stuff like that. So, and it was a lot more emotional than I expected it to be. Like I thought it was just gonna be straight up like kind of like fun, kind of comedy, like hearted thing, but I really enjoyed it. I dug it.
I see a lot of people comparing it to Sing Street. How do you feel on that sort of weight, I guess?
And compared to Sing Street,
Yeah.
the Sing Street music was a little better, but I think I might have liked this story a little bit more.
That's super tay.
I know, but I'm an indie kind of.
But like Sing Street's in my top 10 all time.
And I always like, and I
enjoy
enjoy the fathers. And I just like the father-daughter connection and like, just like, just that whole part of, when kids are kind of like outgrowing their parents, but like, there's just something meaningful. Family is really important. So
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I will also say, like, I think the lead romance in it is cute as shit. Like, I think there's one moment that's a little bit unbelievable, but in the rest of it, my heart was taken, my wig was snatched, and all those teenage colloquialisms. And oh my god, what is her name? From fucking Hereditary. Toni Collette was like strangely good. She had no reason to be in this, and she put more effort than I think anyone else would have.
Yeah, she was sort of like the side person, but she was really good.
Yeah, like I was surprised how much she tried. I think you could have given it to literally a no-name actress, and it would have been fine. But she did a lot more than she needed to. So going from the deep to the stupid, my number 2 is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Fuck.
Okay, wait. I have to pull up the synopsis for you. It is that inherently fucking ridiculous, but my phone also just crashed. so I don't have it up anymore. So I'm going to stall like a nice little child and do. Okay, here you go. In the wake of 2 back-to-back mass murders on Chico's frat row, loner Brent Chirino must infiltrate the ranks of a popular fraternity to investigate his twin brother's murder at the hands of the serial killer known as Motherface. Brent isn't just any pledge. He's a legacy, and it's a legacy of death. The movie is fucking ridiculous. It is every slasher known to man, but the characters are incredibly stupid. Patton Oswalt sends a virgin police officer to go murder bags of oranges. Again, her name is Motherface because the frat has also killed her mother and her sister, and she gives amazing one-liners like Freddy. I can't describe it other than just it is the stupidest fucking movie I have ever seen, and I love it. To the point that I saw it on like October 29th. I wanted to watch it again on Halloween night. It is just the fucking best.
Why have I never heard of this movie? I'm looking it up right now.
So like in the open, it has a title crawl, and basically like the first 2 party massacres were destroyed, but this one was found in a basement, or not in a basement, in an attic somewhere. And the movie starts with like someone's wedding day, and then it just tapes over to just welcome back to the horror movie marathon. And tonight it is Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. And I think it's the same company as Mandy, because there's like those, the cereal goblin they had. Have you guys seen Mandy?
No.
Okay, so basically on a TV ad, there's this thing called like a cereal goblin, and it's supposed to be like, what the fuck is happening to society? In this one, there is a cheese goblin. It's fitting that one of the best movies of this year is one of the best movies of 2015. And again, Patton Oswalt is a fucking police chief, and he is just the right amount of stupidity. I think I could best compare him to his role in Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this movie, it's
Ted. No, not Ted. That's not his name.
And the fact that it's my number 2 speaks leagues for my number 1. But like, if this is like the perfect movie, you need to watch it once, have a lot of fun, and then watch it 2 months later and get really fucking drunk, and it'll be a perfect combination.
How about a little bit of?
Oh yeah, just get crossfaded. Like, the more fucked up you are, the better this movie will be. Because again, this is on a VCR tape. Because it's like the 1970s, and everything is one of my favorite things of the film is, how people it's always about like the virgin who's like the final girl or whatever. One of the guys in the front row is like, "Shut up, guys! Stop bullying me for being a virgin!" And his girlfriend walks in just like, "Hey, Brad, can we go out to the tent and search for some wood? I don't want you to take my virginity, Janet." It's fucking amazing. Oh my god.
I watch this movie. This sounds incredible.
It is on Shudder. It is absolutely worth your time. Just sit down, get like a 6-pack of whatever you drink, and go fucking nuts.
Fucking Mark from The Room, isn't it? Greg Sestero.
Oh my god! I was watching it, and I'm just like, holy shit, Mark is here! I am gonna peak my audio so fucking bad. Oh my god. Oh no, this movie is like I said, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I am sorry for overhyping it, but it's such a fucking great time. Just go ahead, Nat. What's your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is Beautiful Boy, starring Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet.
Daddy, or both
Oh no, I'm gonna cry.
What?
This is another one I want to see.
Yeah, you should see it. It's amazing. Like, the performances were out of this world. It's like Timothée Chalamet and Steve Carell were both competing against each other for the Oscar. It's just so good. Like, with Timothée Chalamet, he's a good actor. Like, it's right in your face. It's right there. With Steve Carell, it's more kind of like nuanced and subtle. And they really played off each other well. The chemistry is amazing. it's a heartbreaking story. Like I wrote a review on my Letterboxd and I got 3 likes, so I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, like this movie. Let me just pull up my Letterboxd review to see what I said. I said it's both. It's a beautiful movie, as the title suggests, but it's also really, really ugly, like drug addiction is. And every single second is just gut wrenching. It's like things might turn bad right away because it's drug addiction. Like it can go wrong at any moment. One day you're doing really well, and the next you're back on drugs. Everyone in this movie was great. Like even the smaller roles, like someone who was just there for like 5 minutes, they were great, and obviously the 2 leads were great. It's a really sad story, and I had no idea this was based on real life. Like this is based on a book, and obviously Timothy Chalamet's character survives, but still, like you're just rooting so hard for this kid, and you just want him to be better. But yeah, this movie it's really intense. It took a lot out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I don't know how Michael and Holly are doing.
I know it's gonna be a hard movie to watch.
They're the worst.
Just my own from just like my own life and everything like that. Like I know I'm gonna have to see this movie probably by myself because like even during the trailers I'm weeping and like I'm hurting for this guy because and the father and the son because like I've been in both places where I've been the one needing to be saved and the person who's trying to save someone. So
yeah, I really think that it's hard, Danny, because it fucking knocked me on the ground, and I have never had any problems with addiction or anything, or know anyone. But man, I cried like a baby. Yeah, go see this movie.
This is not a good sign for me. I'm gonna fucking die watching this movie. Oh shit! All right, Daniel, please tell me you have a pick me up.
It's not really much of a pick me up, but it's another scary film. Suspiria, the original.
Oh, it's not a pick me up. Oh.
I know it's not gonna pick you up. So I'm not gonna talk about it, but like I want to see the remake, so I went back to do the original. I mean, what I loved most about the original was always, the Goblin soundtrack. That's who does the music for the movie. Again, the 70s kind of like weird, bizarre coloring, cinematography. I mean, I don't think it ever was like the best story direction, but in terms of horror, like I'm more interested in like the bizarre and like the weirdly creepy and strange shit. So, yeah, I mean, this I think is a necessary film. Like if you want to like get into horror, and I think it's just good timing to see the original and then because the new one is coming out. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there's a lot of like pink hues and like really just kind of like almost like it's like watching like an acid, just like really bizarre and just out there. So I don't want to really talk too much about it, but to give it away or anything. But yeah, just my general thoughts of how it is.
I saw it for the first time this summer, and I was not a fan. It's like I don't know. I got the Shout Factory Blu-ray because I thought it was like, oh, it's gonna be amazing, and it's not. Wasn't, but whatever. It was like, I felt like only one of the actors could actually speak proper English, and then I put the Italian on, and then the Italian version also sounded really shitty. And
yeah, I mean it was.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean like it developed into a cult hit. Like the movie was like originally like poorly received, but after time and time of it being rediscovered, it kind of just became this cult '70s horror film, which a lot of those movies kind of wound up becoming.
Yeah, and it's really pretty to look at, but the ending is like really fucking weird. Like really fucking weird.
It goes weird. And like that's what I was saying, like the story wise, it's not the acting, the story wise. It's you're going there for more of the visuals and the just like the creepy, weird tones and just that, like I said, like that whole aesthetic of the cult 70 films where it just kind of goes batshit insane at times, and you're just like, what's going on, kind of thing. Probably another one that you would need to kind of have a little bit of being under the influence of, kind of thing. I'm not encouraging it, but
you're not discouraging it.
Yeah. Do you think you'll see the new one in theaters?
Will I see the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the new one.
Okay. 'Cause I think it'd be interesting to assuming you have like 5 in between next month to see like the difference in opinions, because I'm still trying to see the new one and I wasn't a big fan, so it'll be nice to have that contrast. Maybe we can even do our own little mini review of it. Now that we've reached our number ones, we do want to do a recap of our previous top 5. So my number 5, I have Teen Titans Go to the Movies, and it's a piece of shit. My number 4, I have Notting Hill. My number 3, I have the original Halloween. My number 2 is the amazing Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. And my number 1, which I'm sure will surprise both of you, is my number 5 movie of 2018.
Oh boy, here it goes.
Sandwiched between Mission Impossible Fallout and Annihilation. It is Revenge.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have
Revenge.
either of you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but it's like on the top of my list. So I'm probably gonna watch it on.
I have that on my
Sunday.
watch list.
Again, do either of you have Shudder?
No.
No.
Okay. It's a Shudder original. It might be on Netflix too, I don't know. But I don't want to give away too much of the plot because I went in completely blind and it was amazing. But all I can really say is that like on a getaway weekend, the side hoe, I don't know the formal term, the side hoe, to a married man has an attempted murder, but she survives and goes on a killing spree. And it's beautifully artistic, and I don't know how to, because I've seen people say it's hollow or it's too artsy. One sequence in particular, I have a friend who said, I don't remember who said it, but someone said that it was a little bit too out there. But to me, it was like this really solid, perfectly crafted revenge film. It has this beautiful use of color. It's a little bit unbelievable, but I think that adds more to the fun aspect rather than the true to life, not even true to life, just like a realistic aspect. And just straight up, it has one of the best finales I've seen in a few years, just in how tight and tense it is. And even the simplicity of it, it's very just like I could give this premise to any number of filmmakers and like, oh yeah, that's easy. But I want to pull up her name because the director just did a knockout fucking job with this movie, and I don't think she's done anything else. If she has, it's been relatively small. But I'd love to see what she could do next. Coralie Fargier, whatever, she's French. I want to see what she does next because that final scene is just brilliant.
Cool. It's on my watch list, so.
It's on my watch list as well.
Yeah, just have it skyrocket up because I need someone to back me up. Because I know y'all love Beast, so my recommendations are going pretty well. Revenge is going to be the next big thing.
Wait, I recommended Beast. I saw Beast before you did. So,
no, I saw it first.
No, check the messages. I saw it first, and then you saw it, and we talked about it. This is a fact. I know.
I recommended it to Danny, so
we both did. Technically, we were on that episode.
Yeah, no, and you recommended Lovesick to me. That's what you recommended.
Yeah, that's bad. No. Okay, so let's move on to let's recap my top five.
Yeah.
So my number five was Hunter Killer, which is a piece of shit. Number four, The Oath. Number three, mid '90s. Number two, Beautiful Boy. And you know what's coming at number one. You know. Ayo. Bohemian Rhapsody. Holy fucking shit, this movie is amazing. Okay, so just so you know,
you want to say what the movie is first?
I said Bohemian.
Oh, okay. I was too busy giving the echo like we were supposed to. Danny.
Yeah.
Respect the king.
So yeah.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Ayo.
Heyo.
So Beautiful Boy is my number 12, and Bohemian Rhapsody is my number 11. And I went back and forth on this between where to put those two.
What's number 10?
10 is Mission Impossible Fallout. So I forgot my train of thought. So anyway, this movie's not perfect. Like diehard Queen fans are gonna want more out of it. Like Freddie Mercury and Queen's story deserves to have like an outlandish movie that's out there. And this one is kind of the opposite of that. This one's formulaic, by the numbers. It's very predictable. You can swap them out with any rock star, and you'll have the same story. It has certain tropes that you'll find in these rock biopics, like the dance, the constant partying, the loneliness. It has all of that. I can put that all aside because this film was just such an amazing experience, especially the third act. Because, I mean, spoilers, you can kind of tell where the third act is going to go. It's going to be at the Live Aid concert. So
is the third act just the Live Aid concert?
Not the whole third act, but the Live Aid concert takes up like, I want to say 15 or 20 minutes. And that's completely fine by me because I saw this in what's it called? I saw this in IMAX, and it felt like the whole room was shaking, even though it wasn't. It was probably just me. But oh man, it just felt like a concert. If I can make a recommendation, see this with a bunch of people because it feels just like a concert. It's amazing. Like
speaking of concerts, better or worse than A Star Is Born?
Better. For me, like okay, as a film, A Star Is Born is better, but I like Bohemian Rhapsody better because I love Queen. Like obviously, who doesn't? So I like the songs better, and I think that Rami Malek, he's my pick for best actor. He loses himself in the role. You're not seeing him play Freddie Mercury. You're seeing Freddie Mercury. That's your other question.
No, it was a fun story. I have a friend. I use those friends because I use the quotation marks because he hates Queen. He thinks they are like really bad, but he also thinks Ariana Grande is the single greatest vocalist, performer, singer ever of all time.
Well,
so, friend.
Yeah, okay. I don't even know how to respond to that. But yeah, Queen, the music in this is just they just take a bunch of their biggest hits and they put a story behind it, and it is fucking amazing. That's all I have to say. Amazing.
So Danny, after a number 5 and number 11 of the year, what do you have that can beat our number ones?
Okay, so a recap. Number 5, I had Halloween 2018. I had number 4, You Were Never Really Here. 3, Hearts Beat Loud. The original Suspiria. And number 1, we talked about this briefly, Nat, when we talked about mid-90s. It's 8th Grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah! Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
So this was like the movie that I was anticipating to see for the longest time. I actually bought the movie on digital because I knew I was gonna like it either way. Because But I thought it was people are gonna, every year we have like these coming of age movies. We had Just 17, we had Lady Bird, but I think Eighth Grade was a really realistic and honest film. And it was a lot deeper. Then I mean they had the cringy lines, the Gucci lines, and
I was just
stuff
gonna
like
say
that.
that.
But I also had one of like the most intense scenes that I've seen in cinema in a while. The car scene.
Just thinking about it gives me like bad shivers.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But I really enjoyed Kayla. I could see myself. I mean, in eighth grade, I was like in a private like Christian Christian school. So I mean, I never really kind of like had to deal with like too many people. I had 11 people in my entire grade. So, but
How do you do that?
I know like the anxiety and stuff like that, and like I can't imagine being like a middle schooler or even like a high schooler, middle schooler with all this social media and all this constant. You have to be put on like this face to people all the time. And Kayla had in between, she had her little YouTube videos, and not a lot of people were viewing, but like it like coincided with her situation that she was going through throughout the film, and I loved how they did that. It felt just a very honest film. Like I said, there are a few little things that were kind of a little cringe,
Yeah.
but other than that, I thought it was just a phenomenal film. It's in my top 5 right now. So
Yeah, the cringiness was definitely intentional because middle school was a really cringy time. Like, I'm so glad I didn't have social media back then. All I had was a MySpace, but even that was so fucking cringy. And I think they really captured the awkwardness of that age really well.
Oh.
I went to a Catholic school.
yeah, I thought it was hilarious when her crush kind of came onto the scene and they had like the dubstep music, and he was just kind of like this really lame kind of guy.
Oh no. I'm thinking about the earthquake drill.
And when they went in, when they were in the drill.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
I think I'm probably the closest one to this age, and holy shit, that is like it's not not everything there was around when I was in 8th grade, but it's really close to what we had. Even then, like I'm going through like my Facebook memories, and I see like when I was in like even like 9th grade, it's so like I know a lot of critics when they say they're like 30 or 40. Meanwhile, I'm like 19, and I'm like, holy shit, this is literally me, and it rings so deep, and it hurts so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's much. I knew. I don't know the guy's name, but you're talking about the car scene. I knew a lot of guys like that in high school and in middle school. I know guys like that now, and the fact that it still persists is fucking terrifying. And like just building off that, the realism of every character is, again, it's scary. I don't know how Bo Burnham did it, but he is like a fucking genius. I want like a 9th grade, a 10th grade. I want him to turn this into his Before trilogy. I absolutely adored it, and I cannot wait to see what he does next.
Yeah. And like I said, the father and daughter dynamic. I mean, like I said, that was maybe one of the only things that was a little bit too good to be true. Like the dad was just like so supportive, and he was just like this perfect dad, and just like, but like I really appreciated that they tried to keep it authentic. They made it rated R because they wanted to like make it like how kids in 8th grade are, like, the cursing and those kind of situations. It's not all this like TV sitcom kind of things that you get. Like there's like a lot of like real awkwardness, and you're in that transition from young adult into an adolescence into like high school, and you're just like really trying to figure yourself out. So and then like her anxiety and things like that, I just thought it was a really honest film.
Yeah, I
And,
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like how in her eyes she sees these high schoolers like they have their shit figured out. High schoolers don't have shit figured out. And I remember thinking like the exact same way when I was in middle school, and that just feels so real to me. Like she's always looking up to these high schoolers, like they're all put together and shit. But yeah, it's just so authentic to me.
Yeah, and I remember getting like we didn't have that sort of like permanent partner for a whole day. But I remember in middle school going to the high school and getting that full tour and be like, oh, "You guys are so cool! I can't believe you're coming here." And just I'm surprised it went all the way through, but it felt much of that faux positivity, and that like when we get here, we'll be in the real world now, and
Mm-hmm.
again,
And the banana scene was really funny.
Holy shit! Like I think this should still be my top 10 of the year. If not, it's like just outside. It's like probably the best written movie of the year, and a movie that when the time comes, I really want to show my kids. I can't call him John Hughes because this is his only film, but it feels very Hughes-esque in the way it captures just sort of the teenage lifestyle.
Yeah, and like the thing is like when we, like as I was mentioning before, you know, the previous few years we've had the Lady Bird and like Edge of 17. I really loved Edge of 17, but Lady Bird, you know, it was a good movie, but also it was very like privileged and like it just wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't like stick with me as a lot of people do. Like the character was not likable to me, but I think that was the point of the film.
Lady Bird wasn't likable.
Lady Bird.
But I can feel you there because like of those three, I feel like far and away, 8th grade is probably the best one, and Kayla's probably the best protagonist out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is surprising the pattern we're in, though. Makes me wonder what we're going to get next year. All right. So, anything you guys want to mention before we finish our lists?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, before we leave, I do want to mention that for Halloween, I did watch 2 films I've already seen already, one being Halloween, the other one being Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, the best musical of all time. I will promote this until my death. I went as Sweeney Todd for Halloween. If you have not seen it, do it. It is absolutely worth your time. Don't listen to the haters. It's amazing.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
And on that note, I'm not sure when our next episode will be out. So hey guys, plug your social media.
Okay. You can find me on facebook.com/MissMarvel13. That's MSMarvel13. I post a lot of memes there. I haven't recently. I'm probably gonna do a New York Comic Con recap because I went there and I haven't done that yet, so I should probably get on that. So yeah, find me on there.
Right. Danny.
Oh, and you can find me on Twitter, DKPKP. I'm going to be watching the last episode of Rick Grimes, the Love Hate show, so watch out for the live tweets. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't go on there. And then on Instagram, you can check out my 2 pages. Danny_22 is my personal one, and I just recently started a music project. It's called The Cost of Music. So it's the _cost_of_music_. So check it out. I'm going to be doing some lists. I want to try to like build into next year a little bit more. So
yeah,
that's what I got going.
And official podcasts like stamp of approval. Do go check out Danny's work because it's going to be amazing. And all the other hosts on the show, even the ones who aren't here today, cannot wait to see what what is next from there. But also, you can check me out on Twitter at Temecula Film Guy. That is at TEMECULA Film Guy. Also, find me on Instagram at James_Spence99. I forgot what Ben and Drew are doing this week. However, do keep an eye out because I know Richard Eric Yarvey, whatever, guest host on our last episode of the channel, whatever, the Stars Born review, is going to be his birthday soon. So keep an eye out for that. They will be doing Revenge of the Sith. Obviously, friend of the show, so I think you guys should go support that episode in its entirety. And on that note, once again, keep an eye out for an announcement on the state of this channel. But until then, see you guys next time.
Gucci.
Take care.
Gucci.
Gucci.